Hello, testing 1, 2. Happy Saturday. Hope everything is good. We're going live in 1 minute. All right. So let's revisit Mr. Danelo Cavalcante or Cavalcante. He is still on the loose. Okay. So he escaped from prison from in Chester back on August the 31st. He's from Brazil, and he's also wanted there for unaliving someone at a bar. He's 5 feet tall, brown eyes. I mean, he's kind of like a teeny bop, 34-year-old man. And what he did here was unalive the mother of his two children in front of them. Um, they were between the ages of, they were 7 and 4. Okay. So what he did was shuffle up the wall of the prison and escaped after being sentenced to life in prison. So so this entire search has been going on since the 31st. Also, yesterday I read that the guard that was on duty, that was supposed to be, being a watchman on the wall, he was terminated. So that's another update regarding that, regarding this case. So, okay. So back when I covered this first, 2 school districts had canceled classes, and somehow I'm hearing that he escaped here allegedly through Puerto Rico to get here. He got an ID from Puerto Rico and he came here. So, all right, so let's fast forward to now. Um, so, a resident that lives in now let's talk about Longwood Gardens. Longwood Gardens expands over 1,077 acres. Okay, so that's a lot of grounds that the officials and officers are trying to cover right now. FBI is involved, marshals are involved, the local police are also involved. Today alone, 400 police officers were on the ground with dogs trying to find this man. There were two more sightings of him today, allegedly, and a resident said that they're missing fruit and knives from their home. So, I mean, I kind of doubt they probably misplaced those items or ate the fruit and forgot. But so yeah, he's still around. Later on in the day today, they put up drones that have thermal radar, so it picks up body heat. So in there's quite a few like crops around farmers and everything. Again, it's a lot of land to cover in cases like this. So they found a location. The way they said it was like a ball of heat, meaning someone was like balled up in the fetal position, like in one of those large fields. So, four of the farmers were ordered later today. They were ordered to harvest their crops early. So they have to cut their crops down so that officials can really, to try and sift him out. That's what's happening now. Now, unfortunately, it did start to storm there. It was storming here as well. I'm less than 40 minutes away from Longwood Gardens. But storms started rolling in, and also the nighttime began to fall. And they know that that's when Danelo Cavalcante starts to move around. He starts to move around when the sun starts to go down. So, hi, Inya. I'm at your good time of day. All love, all love. I appreciate it. So, yeah, so the farmers are saying that they were ordered to cut their crop. Four farmers were told they were to cut their crops or harvest their crops early so that thermal radar, the drones that, pick up heat can, function better. Now, I'm going to take you, hold on, let's walk through the woods, y'all. Hold on. Let's see. Take a little walk. Okay. So I was able to get some footage today that shows how it looks like from the roadside walking into the woods in Longwood Gardens in this area that they're really like starting to zoom in on. So after this slide, it goes into like how it looks walking into the woods, and it also shows like the density in there. The trees are really, really tall. So even with like, there were helicopters out there today around like 3, 4 o'clock. But I mean, when you see like the canopy of trees, imagine bird's eye view trying to look down. You're not going to be able to see through, like that canopy of trees because it's so many. It's kind of thick out there. So there are a couple of little streams in there. So he may have a little piece of a little source of water if he knows, what to do with it. So it's definitely, I mean, I don't know. He's from Brazil. He escaped and came up here. He knows how to survive in the bush. And also in Longwood Gardens is a really nice area. The homes up there, a lot of those people are not even home right now, probably. They're on vacation. People in this area, they usually they may spend some of the summer up here, but they usually go down south. They go down to Florida or to the islands. They have, beach homes and stuff. Even in lower Delaware, they have beach houses and they go down and stay down there. They stay down there for weeks at a time. So I'm thinking he could have gotten lucky and maybe found a house that's vacant at the time being. So you just never know. So this video here, this little shot shows like there's actually a little bit of water in there. So, and that leads to I think a pond, this guy said. And this is shortly off the road. You'll see that also. Yeah, he's walking back out to the road because people were like, don't go too deep in there. Okay, that's me being silly, having the picture of the little guy in there. Yeah, so um it's I mean it's been this is day 10 and they still have not found him. So it's kind of concerning. Like people are like, well, he couldn't have gotten too far. He didn't have a cell phone or anything. And yet I'm silly. um I did a little bit of editing when I put these slides together. So I was like, let me put a little prisoner man in there. Um yeah, so there's 400 officers out there right now. It did start raining, so the guy that was streaming for like the past 12 hours, um, they kind of like just sat in their cars, but they were still out there. Now it's kind of dark out from what I can see, so I kind of doubt they're still going to hunt. The other issue is that it's the weekend, so it's like they're not going to be able to see. And this is the thing, like that's when he starts moving is at night, because the slides that I had on the first live I did about him, um he there's cameras in the brush and the trees surroundings in there in Longwood, and he was sighted on those cameras. So they know that he's moving at night and he lays low during the day. Now tonight is a little bit different because it's going to be really wet out there. And also the storms that we've had roll in, it's really cooled things down. So he's not going to be too comfortable out there with all the ticks and and everything. So we shall see. They're trying to really snuff him out in hopes that he'll either surrender. Earlier today, there was shots fired. I actually heard it too because they were live standing on the street where the cop cars were in that first clip. And so, yeah, there were shots fired and they're like, oh my God, but that wasn't the case. It was nothing. It wasn't, the officers firing at him. So it's just kind of hard to see. And then you kind of wonder, like, is he still in the area? Like, is it possible that he could have maybe gone a little further? I don't know if he would have maybe had help. I mean, he took out the mother of his kids. He's from Brazil. I don't know what other connections that he may have up here, but like, unless he's in one of those homes, kind of like hunkering down, it's hard to tell where exactly he could be. So yeah, we're just keeping a close eye on this. Like I said, unfortunately, it's the weekend. I don't know if they're going to go out there tomorrow because it's Sunday. Now, my thing is, if they let Sunday go, they could kind of give him a little jump start. But the people in the area that are home, they've been going to the site where the cop cars and stuff are, like just standing around, laughing, talking, chit chatting. But I'm like, yeah, y'all might not want to be out here cackling because you don't know where he is. If he did go to a house and that person said, they're missing fruit and knives, like you don't know what he's doing, and what he's capable of doing, or being out there in the bush for 10 days or so, you don't know what he's capable of. So Um, Hope everybody's okay up there in Longwood Gardens. And someone mentioned, they were like, well, maybe he's trying to go back to Brazil. I kind of doubt that because he's wanted for unaliving someone. Yes, and yeah, fruit and well, I mean, you don't really need that. You don't really need a knife to cut up the fruit. So I mean, he could use that for a couple things. You know what I mean? Coming up, we just, we would take like the tangerine and like we would roll it and then like put our finger in it and break the skin off and peel it that way. But that was my dad's countryside teaching us how to do that. Well, yeah, that's true. That's true. See, and yeah, you're always so optimistic. He just want to keep warm and survive out there. It's going to be cold out there tonight. He going to build a fire site. I hope. You know what? Maybe yes, the tangerines, honey. You know, I hope he does that because then that'll send up a flare. They'll see it in the middle of the night if he go up there and try to build a fire, unless he found a cave or something out there with his oranges and tangerines. Oh Jesus, Lord have mercy. I hope they're not warm. Um, I don't know why they just. I was like, what kind of fruit did he take? Fruit and knives. I mean, maybe he stole some corn and stuff too, because it's cornfields out there. It's a lot of big fields, which now, like some of the farmers are upset. I heard that one or two of them was upset because they didn't want to harvest early. So honestly, I feel like they should be compensated for this nonsense because he up there running through the bush and whatnot. Yes. He's gonna be wet. Okay, he's gonna be saturated. And every time every time he's been spotted, he hasn't had on a shirt. So I don't know what he did with his shirt. Maybe he tried to tear off a piece to make a filter with the water. I watched too much of survival shows back in the day, but maybe he was trying to make a little water filter or something with his shirt. Who knows? But yeah, when those storms come rolling through, mm, I don't know. We'll see. I really thought they were going to close in on him today because like the SWAT team started rolling through and and flying. I'm like, y'all just doing this to get us all riled up, thinking that y'all found something, and then it was nothing. Tuh. So yeah, he has a rainy night to think about it. Maybe he'll come out and surrender. Maybe he's tired and hungry and tired of eating that fruit. He needs something to stick to his ribs. He need that peanut butter and jelly sandwich from the pen. Them pork and beans, that fiber, something to stick to him. Hmm. I'm sure he's thinking about all of that because that fruit ain't nothing. You might as well just eat water. Your bed salad and fruit, you're just eating water. It don't stick nowhere unless it's maybe an apple because it has fiber in it. But that's still that's a tease. It's a tease, you know. He's only 5 feet tall. He needs some milk, something to stick to his ribs. The man is little. He petite. Did you say me? Jesus, I can't. Oh Lord. So I just hope the Lord bring the man out to the roadside and he just surrendered because they're already up. It's over $2 million now trying to find this little man. I kind of feel like he was up there in the trees just watching them look for him. He probably done climbed up one and scaled one of them little trees, them tall trees, and he probably sitting right. I mean, 10 days. He done built a tree house. I've watched that on YouTube. I've watched it on YouTube. Like, I mean, they done built in-ground pools in 10 days. They done built a underground house, like double level, split level house in ground. I watch those little videos at night sometimes. So I don't know where y'all are located, but please look if you see a little man with no shirt, okay? If y'all see him, call the authorities. And yes, I am. Look, he's less than an hour away from me. He had 10 days to walk here. Oh, Jesus. Lord, please send this man. Just make him surrender. I don't want him. Well, then again, he did take out the mother of his children. You know, he took somebody out in a bar in Brazil, which is why he fled here. That happened back in 2017. Honey, listen, he had 10 days. Okay, he got a jump. He got a jump start. And the way that he slid up that, I'll put that in the description box again. The way he walked up that wall, the way he slid up that wall. Yes, yes, and um, I think about the way they kind of smoked out that the Dorner case, the officer in Cali. That was different, but he was going into log cabins, like squatting in there. But they burned that man. They burned the log cabin and the man down. They burned him up, and they basically roasted him like a rotisserie because he was a whistleblower. But anyway, this guy ain't no whistleblower. He just wanted to escape, and it's hard to tell, like, if he had help. I kind of doubt that. Oh no. They're saying it. Officials are saying that he doesn't have a cell phone, so like he wasn't able um to call anyone. So it's hard to tell, especially if he already went and took some fruit and some not. He probably went and made a phone call in that house. He probably made a phone call, you know. So just be on the lookout for this little bite-sized man. It looks just like that. Look at him. Look at him. You see? He was probably right under that brush. Crawling right under them leaves. And not funny, but the funny thing was this guy, while he was walking through the woods today, trying to give everybody a view, he jumped. He was like, "Oh, I think I heard something." He was like, "Oh, that scared me." I'm like, man, if you don't get out them woods, I don't care if you're right on the side of the road. Who cares? Get out of there. You ain't armed. All you got is your camera. You can't do nothing. That camera ain't gonna stop that man. He got he got kitchen utensils and whatnot. Who knows what he can do with it? So, okay, I'm done with my rant. So, yeah, I was just giving a little short update. I can't believe they did not find this little guy yet. Then again, he's kind of petite, so he could have been right behind that pole by the cars. Who knows? Who knows where he is? But I mean, 10 days. Yeah, it is over 1,077 acres in Longwood, but I don't know. The only sightings have been in this area, so their best bet is that he's out there. Now, there was it was on the news a couple years ago where a man actually survived out there in the bush for a few months when he escaped. So, I mean, if he knows what to do and how to survive, then he could pretty much be chilling out there. But season's about to change. It's about to get really chilly, and so we shall see. Hopefully they find him. Hopefully he doesn't harm anyone. So Stay tuned for the next update. Thank you, Anya. Thank you so much, love, for coming in, hanging out with me. I have some friends here from Charlotte. They came in last night, so I figured I would come on a little bit early tonight at a decent time. And now that I think the storm finally passed or whatever, so gonna see what we're gonna do tonight. Um, I don't know if I feel like really going out. I might just hook up some stuff here, get some food, hook up the hookahs, and just chill, catch up. Absolutely, love, absolutely. Girl, I ain't no journalist. I'm cracking up. I'm just starting out. I'm a babe. I ain't even got my feet yet. But I do kind of enjoy talking to the air, though. I enjoy talking to the air. I enjoy talking to it. But thank you so much for hanging out with me. And I know you got to get the munchkins ready for bed. And I don't know. Depending on what's going on tonight, what I'm gonna get into, I might pop up in my lurking hour in in the late midnight hour, after midnight probably. So we shall see. But God bless and y'all be safe. All right. Bye.